Cory Heim gets penalized and Ross Chastain was told to stand down in the Cup race. Or was he? Let's talk about it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good today. All right, first things first, let's jump into the Cory Heim fine. This via Bob Pockris. NASCAR has fined Cory Heim $12,500 and docked him 25 points for actions during the truck race Friday night. This is the main rule that Cory Heim was penalized under. Fine ranges are smaller in trucks because the purses are smaller. Intentionally damaging another vehicle on pit road, attempting to manipulate the outcome of the race or championship, wrecking or spinning another vehicle, whether or not that vehicle is removed from competition as a result. So it could be two of the three there, right? Either intentionally trying to manipulate the outcome or, wrecking somebody, whether they can continue in the race or not. So those look like the two possible candidates he got penalized for. So the interesting thing is they waited until after the race was over to put the penalty in. Then NASCAR came out later and said if Cory Heim had won the championship or something like that, they had an appeals panel and everything already there at the racetrack to do it there. But that being said, they didn't do it right there. They waited till after the fact, which has led some to speculate that NASCAR wouldn't have done anything at all if all these other race car drivers and other people on social media hadn't raised such a stir about the situation in general. So let me know down below, was NASCAR being retroactive because they got so much blowback on Twitter, or do you think that they really just were waiting the next day to do it or whatever? So let me know down in the comments what you think about that one. But interesting situation. Another interesting situation is some people have brought up the point that Carson Hocevar looked like he intentionally wrecked Cory Heim to begin with, so shouldn't Carson Hocevar be penalized too? So it's all up for debate now, and there are some people in the Hocevar camp who still think it was an accident. So I'm not saying one way or the other, but I'm just saying both. All those points have been brought up, and they're pretty interesting. This from NASCAR on Reddit, quoting Door Bumper Clear. After Blaney ran into the back of Ross Chastain during their battle for the win on Sunday, a NASCAR official started fussing at Ross Chastain's spotter. That, of course, is what Freddie Kraft said on Door Bumper Clear, referring to Brandon McReynolds, saying is that is where he got his information. They basically were telling Ross Chastain to stand down and not race the playoff drivers or whatever as hard as you would race everybody else because they didn't want them to affect the outcome. That is the position, so that is one side of it. Then Mike Ford, who is the director of communications for NASCAR, said, not true. The official saw the spotters of the 1 and the 12 getting heated during the battle for the lead. He spoke with both spotters to de-escalate any unnecessary confrontations to calm down. At no point did he tell the one spotter to tell Chastain to move over or not race hard. So that is essentially NASCAR's response to it, and I'm not going to pull up all of it. You can go and look on Freddie Kraft, and you can go and look on Brett Griffin's Twitter if you want to see the conversation that followed that. But essentially, it started a debate between, is Door Bumper Clear telling the truth, or is NASCAR telling the truth? And it could literally go either way. It could also be the truth is something in the middle, so those are both sides of it. But from NASCAR's side of it, they would have a motive to say, that they didn't tell the one spot or something. But Door Bumper Clear, what motive did they have other than getting ratings? So technically, I guess, getting ratings. So they have a motive to bend the truth or stretch the truth. There's also a middle ground where it's a game of telephone, right? Brandon McReynolds tells something to Brett Griffin or Freddie Kraft, whichever one he told it to, and it gets misinterpreted through the telephone. The old game of telephone you played as kids. So anything could happen. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. Was something misconstrued? Who knows? But it's going to be a debate. You're either going to believe NASCAR. There's going to be the NASCAR faithful that believe what NASCAR has to say, and there's going to be the Door Bumper Clear faithful that believe what Door Bumper Clear had to say. We'll probably never know what was actually said there. So, I don't know. It's a sticky situation. All right, let's get to the next story. On his podcast, Cory LaJoie said he will be among the 6 drivers at the NASCAR test December 5th and 6th at Phoenix. They will test various underbody and also the transaxle to eliminate shifting. Will be 2 cars from each manufacturer, one chosen by the manufacturer and one chosen by NASCAR. So hopefully this will fix the issue, because I do feel like shifting does play a huge part in the short track package and why it's not working. So if they can get the shifting taken out of these short tracks. I do think that will help tremendously with the short track package going forwards. So I think this is the best news that I've heard in a long time. I'm glad NASCAR is working on the glaring, obvious black eye on the sport that is the short track package, because the short track races have not been as good as they could have been. So good on them for working on something that they know they need to work on. So I can't take any shots at them for that. All right, that's all I got for you on this one. If you made it this far, would love to have your subscription. If not, I'll keep making these things. If you're already subscribed, you know I appreciate you all as well. If you got a question or comment on anything else here, leave it down in the comments section. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.